Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're jumping into a really cool topic at the heart of the animal kingdom. Why do different animals eat such different things? Let's get right into it. Have you ever really stopped to think about it? A cow seems perfectly happy munching on grass all day long, but a tiger needs meat. What's going on there? Let's break down what drives these eating habits. Okay, first things first, let's cover the absolute basics. Why is food so important in the first place? For any living thing, really, food is basically fuel. It's what gives us the energy to do, anything. It helps us grow, keeps our bodies working right, and helps us stay healthy. It's the foundation for survival, plain and simple. Now, based on what they eat, we can pretty much sort all animals into three main groups. You can think of them as the three big teams of eaters in the animal world. First up on our list, we've got the herbivores. These are the animals that eat only plants. We're talking grass, leaves, fruits, roots, you name it. They're basically the vegetarians of the animal kingdom. And a classic example, just like you see here, is a cow grazing in a field. Animals like cows, goats, elephants, giraffes, they are all prime examples of herbivores, totally built for a plant-based diet. All right, our second team is the carnivores. These are the meat eaters. Their whole diet is based on hunting and eating other animals. The tiger is such a perfect, powerful example of a carnivore. You know, predators like lions, tigers, and crocodiles are designed from the ground up for hunting. They're definitely on Team Carnivore. And that brings us to our third and final group, the omnivores. Now, these guys are the most flexible eaters of all. They eat both plants and other animals. Their diet is super varied. A fantastic example is the bear. One minute it might be catching fish in a river, and the next it's snacking on berries. Lots of other animals like dogs, crows, and, us humans are omnivores. We're built to eat a bit of everything. Okay, so to eat all these different kinds of food, animals have developed some really specialized toolkits. We're talking about their teeth, their mouths, even their whole digestive systems are perfectly suited for what they eat. And this comparison just says it all, doesn't it? Herbivores usually have these wide, flat teeth that are perfect for grinding up tough plants. But then you look at carnivores, and they've got these sharp, pointy teeth made for tearing meat. Each set is the perfect tool for the job. And get this, for a cool adaptation, some herbivores, like cows and goats, have this special process called rumination. They swallow their food first, and then later they bring it back up to chew on it some more. You've probably heard it called chewing the cud. But it's not all about teeth. Check out some of these other amazing mouthparts. A butterfly has a long tube-like tongue called a proboscis for sucking up nectar. A frog has that super long, sticky tongue that can just zap an insect in a blink. Even a mosquito's mouth is this super sharp, complex needle. It's just incredible how specialized these tools can get. So we've got all these different eaters, but how do they all connect? Well, the answer is the food chain. Let's take a look at how this whole who eats whom thing works. So the key thing to understand here is the flow of energy. Every food chain kicks off with a producer. That's usually a plant, making its own food from sunlight. Then a herbivore, like this grasshopper, comes along and eats the plant. After that, a carnivore, like the frog, eats the herbivore. And the chain just keeps going, with energy getting passed up from one level to the next. It's the basic cycle of eating and, being eaten. Now, here's a little something for you to think about. What do you think would happen if a key carnivore, let's say the snake in this example, just disappeared from the food chain? How would that mess with the balance of the whole system? It's a really important idea in nature. All right, let's bring this topic a little closer to home and talk about domestic animals, the ones that live with us. What do we feed them? And more importantly, why? When it comes to our domestic animals, we usually feed them based on what they do for us. So work animals, like oxen, need food packed with energy to help them do all that hard labor. On the other hand, animals like hens that give us eggs need more bodybuilding foods like grains to help them produce. See, we design their diets to meet these specific jobs. And that brings us to one last really thought-provoking question. We've established that we humans are biologically omnivores. So why do some people choose to eat only plants and become vegans? What are the reasons? Is it for their health? For the environment? For ethical reasons? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me for this one.